Hello students, welcome to last video module of this session. So far we understood the concept of motivation and its importance in organization setup, and we also understood the another video clip classification of motivations. There are two major types, you can say that, extrinsic and then intrinsic motivations. How these two present within an individual and how it differs from person to person, and the managers, when they look at motivating others, they're supposed to understand each and every individual from this point of view. So this is one important aspect. And so in this video at last, so we will try to look at theories of motivation, right, and then how they are relevant to the workplace. So that is the one important area that you all need to understand. So as a part of this main aim of this video module, so it is to understand theories of motivation and their relevance to the workplace. So we'll see that how the motivation is going to theories influence the workplace. First of all, we'll try to find out the theories and then their groups. So there are so many theories, and many writers and then theorists proposed their thoughts about how people get motivated at workplace, right? So there are the couple of groups. The group 1 is called internal, group 2 the process, group 3 external. So internal motivation related theories suggest that variables within the individual give rise to motivation and then behavior. So it is something related to intrinsic motivation. So for example, Maslow's needs hierarchy theory. So as per this theory, there are some needs with each and every individual. When we are fulfilling those needs, when we are addressing those needs, automatically motivation happens with individual. So for example, this is one group or one set of theories of motivation. So at workplace we can see how it is. Then process theories emphasize the nature of the interactions between the individuals and then environment. How an individual is interacting with the surrounded environment which is present at workplace, right? Example, expectancy theory. So this theory is all about how an individual is interacting at workplace with colleagues and with organizational system, and then how he or she is managing the one's own operations in the given environment. So that is another set. So the third one is external features, external factors. So these external factors focus on the environmental elements to explain behavior. For example, two factors theory. So this is something related to organizational system, organizational culture, organizational procedure, and rules, regulations, and then conditions, workplace, employment conditions. All these are external environmental factors or elements which are going to determine the individual motivation. So this is, I think, explained in the two factors theory. So if you just look at the motivation theories and the groups further, so you can see that two main categories, that content theories and then process theories. All the theories we can group into two categories. So the content theories like Maslow's, Adorfer's ERG theory, McLelland and Hedgeberg two factors theory. If you remember, all these things we discussed when we had exclusive sessions on management thoughts and then gradual development of management theory in the hands of different theorists, especially in human relations movement. I think if you remember, we discussed all these theories, right? So the second set is the process theories. The process theories are expectancy theories, equity theories, and then goal setting theories. These are the another set of theories which are coming under the process theories. So these two categories of theories, so you'll find in the literature, and then managers they can understand these and then make use these at workplace. So if you see these theories, and I think I have given a comparative tables in the one video session, and how all these are interrelated and then influence the behavior of the individual and then determines the individual performance. So all those things we discussed, and then you can go back and see that those videos once again to understand all these theories. But here in this session I am just going to focus on how these the theories are going to influence the workplace and then individual motivation and then performance. So in this direction you can see that, so what are the three important issues at workplace, right? So the three important issues in that context. So three causes of motivation problems. What are the three main things which negatively affecting the motivations, which is not allowing the individual to get motivated towards the work, right? So one important thing is the belief that efforts will not result in the performance. There are certain beliefs, right? So those beliefs will not allow the individual to get motivated and then show performance as to get the good result. Then sometimes there are certain other set of beliefs that performance will not result in the rewards also. Some people are not motivated to get any kind of reward. Some people are not get motivated because they don't want to work as per expectations of the industry or as per needs. So then because they have their own belief system, so the belief itself is a break or a big limitation for motivating the individuals. So the values a person plays on, or the preferences a person has for certain rewards. So for example, individual value system and then their preferences and then the choices, sometimes these things are affecting the individual motivation. So that also we have to see and then how it is affecting, and then we have to handle them at the workplace. Then when we see further important thing that you can see the making visible change at workplace as a motivation, you can see that individuals employees motivation, managers they're supposed to use certain techniques like providing a well-defined career path. So people will be motivated definitely when being a manager preparing career path to each and every employee, because they know that if they work for the organization they will have a bright future, right? And the second most important thing that the employee expects and then determines the motivation is providing valued rewards and then benefits. So if I work, if I show the better performance, what is for me? Right? If that is clear and then informed well in advance to each and every employee, so definitely they are going to work for the organization and will reflect the desired motivations. And then setting specific challenging goals. So then you can see that when you have the specific goals and then challenges ahead to be achieved, so the definitely motivation will be there. So keeping that in place is the main the task of the manager, and providing support to help to build the client base. So you have to see that so there is a system at workplace, the client as well as employees they go hand in hand in the transactions, and then so that will create a kind of positive vibrations and develop interest in the individual so that they work for the organization as well as for clients. Avoiding layoff of associates. So then whenever we have any kind of issue related to motivation and then demotivation, so then we have to see that our organization is at back to support and will give a kind of positive impression among the individuals so that individuals will be motivated. And engaging associates in a variety of organizational decisions. So when we are making them to feel that they are a part and parcel of the organization, and then there is a priority and importance for the individuals because they were involved in the decision making and then consulted as and when it is required. So in that way you can see that employees feel that they develop the sense of belongingness, and then that motivates the individuals for the organization's benefit. Then further, if you see that no, another important thing, the moral maturity of the individual. So moral maturity, the measures a person's cognitive moral development. So for example, moral maturity, people behave and act based on the universal ethical principles. So if there is a more maturity, then they have more broader outlook, and then that helps them to get motivated. So if, for example, morally immature and people behave and then act based on the egocentric motivation. So that means because of lack of maturity, then egocentric behavior is reflected, and that actually demotivate, and then that actually leads to lack of motivation with the individual. So that is another important dimension of the moral maturity and how it is related to motivation. So further, if you see aspects of motivation and then its productivity, right? How to improve the productivity by looking at the certain aspects of motivations. The first thing is recognize individual differences, right? So all will not be the same, and then all will not be motivated with the same kind of measures that you take as a manager. So you have to understand each and every individual, whether the person is intrinsic or extrinsic factors will work as far as motivation is concerned, and match the people to the job. So you have to find out the exact job, which is the job is matching with the individual competencies and then interest. So set challenging goals to each and every individual and tell them that this is what we are going to achieve for the organizations. So encourage the participation of each and every individual. See that everyone feels that you own it, and they think that it is ours, it is mine, and in that way you can develop a kind of sense of belongingness among all the employees. So in that way, individualized rewards are another important dimension. So why? Because even we see that the differences, one same kind of reward system will not motivate the individual. So because individual expectations are different and performance also differs. So as per the performance expectations, if you come out with a reward system which is addressing each and every individual, so that helps a lot for motivation. So then link rewards to performance, right? And at the same time check for equality and equity. So because all must be treated at par, and there should not be any biasness, and don't ignore money part and reward part. So that is equally important for motivating the individuals. In all these directions, you can see that the employees are working for their development as well as to promote the organizations. In between, management or managers supposed to look at the key role of motivation, motivation as a technique, so how it is going to influence the individual performance. So with that, motivation is essential, and it is a key aspect for overall organizational performance, and helps the achievement of the organizational goals. Right, with that, let me stop here. I hope you enjoyed session 10. It is all about motivation. I think 3 video sessions we had, right? And so I look forward to meet you again in the session 11, video 33, right? Thank you very much. Thank you.